Stop. We are talking to a guy that has had a cock ring for how many years? And every time you pee, you have to turn sideways. Hey everyone, how's it going? Here we are on our third podcast, Breaking Glass. We got a cool one this week. We got our good friend Paul, and as always, me, Kevin Beecher, and Josh Mazzei.
Cheers. Here we are, up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
We're not live, but we're on location at our buddy Paul's shop here. It's Coexist. It's his new gallery. Him with our other friend
Sean Gold.
Sean Gold, he's gonna love that.
Yep.
So we basically we went out to dinner tonight to the Millworks. It's a restaurant downtown Harrisburg.
Really good food.
Although I didn't eat mine just because I didn't like it, and we had an argument in the car about this. That
I don't remember that.
The guy comped my meal because I just didn't.
That seems awesome. Why would you be upset about that?
I'm not upset about it. You were upset about it. I know he's like pulling the reverse psychology, but it's funny. It was.
Everybody's like, cool Josh is a psychologist. I hear that a lot.
We got what'd you get? What's your beer?
What'd you get? This is Market Day IPA. It's a session Indian Pale Ale.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
And we got the Homestead Lager because, as you know, we don't drink IPAs.
Well, this is a session, so it's a low alcohol, so it's only 4.7.
It's still an IPA.
Does it still taste like an IPA?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, then probably wouldn't. I would not like that.
Yeah,
I definitely don't like it.
This would just mean I could drink more of them.
Yeah, that is what it is. I can drink more of them. And what I like about people that don't like IPAs is they don't drink my beer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I agree.
And we never have to worry about us because
totally.
we won't do that.
Yeah.
If you got some cheap beer, we're gonna steal that.
We got our pounders of Miller
sure to keep
right
that in the
beside
fridge.
us here to keep us going.
Yeah.
So anyway, like we said,
I don't know if we've said enough about this beer.
Oh, you want to talk about this beer?
Well, that's part of the show. I think people are coming to expect.
We already heard what you
in
had
the
to
third
say about
episode.
this beer.
People have come to expect a full beer.
You said this
beer.
tastes like farmyard.
I did, and then I realized it was called Homestead. And it's not that I said barnyard because it kind of just finishes with a hay taste. Like it kind of has this musky. No, it's not bad.
Homestead.
And then so I said barnyard, and then it was Homestead. I was like, I guess that's
he kept saying
it
tastes like barnyard.
It does, but
so they nailed it.
They did kind of nail it. Which that again, I got nothing wrong with that. I like it appropriately.
I personally like the beer. I've had it 4 or 5 times.
I'd like to know what you ordered that you didn't like it.
I ordered ramen, 16-hour ramen.
Oh, what was wrong with it?
Ramen.
Man, it came out. It had literally like zero liquid in it. I mean, it was just a bowl of noodles with no liquid.
More of a dry noodle.
It should have liquid because it's a broth.
I know.
It's famous for its
you
broth.
got the same thing.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
And mine had no liquid
broth?
in it.
God, I think there was some broth in mine, but I don't
Not
remember.
much.
Yeah, not much. It wasn't a lot of broth.
And then there was a ridiculous amount of noodles. And they weren't ramen noodles. They were some kind of other noodles.
See, I think I'd probably like that because I don't like a lot of broth.
Oh.
I like a lot of
sometimes because when it comes with a lot of broth, you're actually like, I wish there was something in this.
Yeah,
because there's so much.
I'm just drinking
broth. Yeah, it's like
something.
if I wanted liquid, I'd order tea.
Well, it had a bunch of fermented onions, fermented
Yeah.
mushrooms, fermented radishes, and stuff like that.
onions in it?
No,
he got it without onions, and I got it without the egg.
Yeah,
and it tasted very vinegary.
Maybe that was the
and
problem.
There wasn't a lot of broth, and the noodles were just so thick and starchy. And I like
okay,
ramen.
so just as a side note, those noodles were wheat noodles.
I know.
And they are still a ramen style noodle that was made out of wheat. So they just taste. That's how that's what wheat.
It just wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you. That's cool though. It doesn't matter. You didn't pay for it. Woohoo!
I know they got taken off the bill.
Dinner. So just remember that, people. If
too.
you don't like your meal, it should be free.
I didn't even ask for that. He just did it because he's a nice guy.
If your ramen's a little dry,
awesome.
You don't pay for it.
Right on. Yeah. I think we all agreed on this.
Yeah, we did. All right. So moving on. We talked about this.
Yes.
Anyway, hey, I'm not going to talk shit. The Millworks is a great restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
their pizza's phenomenal. Their sandwiches are great. I like this beer. go there.
I had a couple Manhattans that were on point, and
So we're not gonna knock them because it was good.
no,
food.
I thought, dude, I'm not gonna knock them. I think I ate my food and loved it.
You did.
So
I've never eaten there. It's not far away, is it?
no, like
dude,
3
it's
miles.
super good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So any case,
go back there again.
This last week we
Yeah.
did our last podcast. We released it, and since then we just kind of been hanging around the shop and getting ready. And we got Paul on deck.
Yeah, got Paul on deck for the show this week.
So now we drove up to Harrisburg, which
But
is
real quickly, I got to hold this back. We do a weekend recap of what we did. One of the things we did this week, because we love our TV shows, we crushed out the entire second season of Future Man last night. We
did.
watched it from beginning to end. It's like, there were 13 episodes. They're all about
You watch
a
it?
half hour.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, if you haven't
I
seen
don't
Future
watch
Man,
TV.
I'm gonna put it out there. I actually have talked to Kevin, like, we need to do like a top, like our 5 favorite shows, because we have such an obscene amount of consumption of TV. We
all
should
we
just
do.
try to reduce it down to 5. And again, it's like, some of you guys listen to music is the way that Kevin and I watch TV. Like, look, it's just, you want to see
not a
that
good thing,
show
right?
from 72, 70 times? We're going to watch Goodfellas 70 times, because Goodfellas is music to our ears. And
Future
but-
Man was phenomenal.
Future
I like
Man-
the soundtrack to Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is an awesome soundtrack.
that's a great
Fucking
soundtrack.
You should
great
watch
soundtrack.
Future Man.
But Future Man is great.
What the hell? What is it?
One of my favorite shows of the year. It's the first season. Actually, yeah, it was like almost a whole year between the 2 seasons, which makes sense. But it's basically about a kid that is
Plays video-
kind of
video
just
games.
like a normal, just some kid just plays video games, doesn't have much going on for himself, but he wins this video game, and it's like that classic movie Starfighter.
Millennium?
No.
You're
the
okay.
movie, yeah.
Sorry, with the video
Starfighter.
game.
Remember that movie when we were kids? It's about the kid that beat the video game, and then the people from the future came back. So that's what this just shows. Like, he beats the game, and then all of a sudden, 2 people from the future come back and like, this was a test. We were waiting for someone to beat the game. You're the savior. Now you're going to help us do this. And from there, it just becomes this incredible
The
comedy.
characters are amazing.
It's just a
Alright.
joke, and it has. It
they go
spoofs
back to the
pop
80s and do a bunch of
culture.
blow.
Yeah. Well, one
That's what
character
it's
does.
about,
No,
man. It's-
that's not what it's about. There's one, but there is one incredibly hilarious element that
It's like
is about that.
macaroons for my nose.
Yeah. Well, that's how he's just. Yeah. Anyway,
The season 2 was hilarious.
Yeah, we watched all of season 2.
They put a lot
week.
of political shit into there.
This season. Yeah, it was a
out of
twist
control.
on like stuff going on in
They
politics.
started talking about like
politics.
the wall, like basically Mexicans coming across the wall. But he was just like, what he said, he was just like,
They were
He's like-
strays. So they were people that were like that didn't have like a
they're
citizenship
like, they're
anywhere.
coming
Like,
here, they're lazy, and they're taking our jobs. He's like, wait, they're lazy and they want to work.
Yeah.
It was so good.
The show is awesome. It's a Hulu original. You gotta have your Hulu account to watch it. But
Okay. Yeah, I don't
like-
have
if
it.
you-
Actually,
yeah.
I think I got free Hulu.
Check it out.
Yeah.
We
It's
watched
funny,
the entire
dude.
season last night.
The
I can
the
check it. I
entire
can
season.
check it.
It's
I've never
hilarious.
seen it.
And it's Seth
But it's
Rogen's
only
one
on
of the
Hulu.
producers. It's great. It's
Only on Hulu.
yeah. It's only on Hulu. Yeah.
It's
Son of a
original.
bitch.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how
it's
they
great.
get you.
Unless you have Cody and you get shit for free and
Yeah,
you
you
cheat.
can do it on Cody. Yeah, watch it on Cody. And just pirate all your media. You're probably one of those people watching this podcast for free.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What is Cody?
Please watch it for
It's
free.
like a
We
little
just
box
want you
that
to
you
watch
get free TV and movies.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm just not in.
You just got to be into it.
I don't
You can
watch
talk to our
TV.
producer, hook it up.
To one of your, talk to one of your kids.
I need to.
Talk to your kids.
All right. I try to. They won't.
So,
Oh yeah, that was part of the week though. We did watch that, and that was
awesome.
We are always watching something
Pardon me.
in the shop, and this week we finished off Ray Donovan, which was
It's exciting.
Awesome.
an epic, incredible television show in itself.
I love Ray
And
Donovan.
If you're watching TV in your studio while you're working, we recommend Ray Donovan and Future
Well, I
Man.
noticed today a TV showed up at the studio, and I believe someone was watching South Park while working.
Nice.
Yep, totally. Another that's
That's a
again,
standby.
That's a standby. Throw that on in the background. You sit there and you work. You've seen it a million times. So you don't need to watch it. You just listen
I'm
to
not
it
a
and
South
laugh.
Park fan, though.
All right. Well, not for you. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like anything at their shop though. They don't like family or Trailer Park Boys. You don't like.
Me?
Yeah,
Nah,
you
I'm
don't
not a
like
fan of
any
it
of that.
either.
They watch like
Documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm down with documentaries. You'll watch
only
documentaries
certain
all
ones
day.
too. Yeah, fuck, I watch them.
Only certain ones?
Yeah, there's some documentaries that I can't watch. It was boring.
South Park documentary?
Yeah, that one I couldn't
Fuck
do.
that one.
Yeah.
That was a great documentary.
There
Come
was
on.
one.
Yeah, they
There
did a
was
whole
one.
documentary.
It is a good one, too.
They make
Yeah.
an episode
no
a
idea.
week
'Cause
with
Bill
construction
Hader,
paper.
yeah.
That I'd probably watch because it'd be cool to see how
Dude,
that I
how
would
they
like.
put it together, Bill Hader's like,
just some of the voices get a little
yeah.
under my skin
I
after
love
a
South
while.
Park.
Totally.
They are the best
I know.
cartoon on TV.
And
Well-
Trailer Park Boys was a great show. It was funny, but
You said your brother. You're like my son got me into it.
Once you watch like 5, 10
I don't think Trailer Park Boys is that funny.
It's the same humor the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. I mean, I watched it.
I understand why people love it. It's like a cult comedy, like fucking following.
It's mindless too. I like to put it on the shop. I won't even pay attention.
I admire its consistency and like its commitment. I will say that. That's like my highest praise for Trailer Park.
Yes.
All right.
So, but what did you do this week, Paul? Well, that's our recap. What did you do? Any sum it up real quick though, because we got to move on.
I worked.
All right, boom.
Well, there again, our backdrop this week is a little
Yeah.
different. We're looking out the window. We're actually in Paul and Sean's their Glass Moon studio. So you don't see what we're seeing, but the tables are in front of us and they have the torches all coming out. So we're kind of in the middle of that V looking out the window, which we thought would be a cool backdrop.
And if you watched episode 2, if you remember, we showed videos from the shop last time.
Yeah.
And kind of gave a little bit of a tour and showed what was going on.
But we kind of chose Paul this week because he's
close.
he's
to
close,
our hearts.
He's close to our hearts. But he's also one of our business partners, and we know him very well.
Yeah.
And he's been around a long time. He's been blowing glass forever.
Yeah.
So
At least 3 years.
at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the 3 years, is that how you've been around that long? Oh, that's how long we've known each other?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know.
We met longer than that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. How long?
Long time.
Yeah.
I met you at AGI.
Probably. And then
5-6 years ago.
Oh, that was it? Seriously? Holy shit. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Share.
And then
Well,
Cher.
we-
I was like, who the fuck's this guy over there with a beer?
I thought you guys knew each other from Cher.
Like at a fucking festival. Like, who brings beer tap handles?
Yeah.
Well,
It was that guy.
But that was
Yeah.
funny because we didn't talk then. We talked for a
No.
couple seconds that night, and then
Yeah, I was like,
met
who
you.
the fuck's this dude coming into my fucking shit over
Yeah,
here?
for real.
Because I made money at that show.
I did too.
Yeah.
We went up to AGI there that
Take it
same
out of my
year,
kids' pockets.
and you were a demonstrator, and I was a demonstrator.
Yeah.
And we did some.
Yeah, you showed up. I don't know who the fuck invited you. Who invited you?
Yeah. Nobody. I just kind of snuck in.
Yeah.
I had like a fake pass.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was.
fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
But from there, we pretty much, right after that, we started hanging out a good bit and became good friends. And then we all got together.
Yeah.
That was a crazy night.
Well, I met you at AGI too, for the most part, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
totally,
originally the place we met.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
You weren't there the same years though.
No.
I was there some of the years you were there, yeah. I mean, I brought you back the year that I did it. and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't there.
No.
You weren't there the first year I met Kevin for sure. You came.
No, I was
after
there
that,
the
but
year
I met
Yushin
Kevin
was. The
a
first
couple
year I
years
went
ago.
was when Yushin was there.
The year that he came, or the year that he said he was going to
He
come?
actually showed up, and him and I collabed. I have the marble in my garden.
Didn't you buy the demo piece too?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, for like $1,000 or something.
Yeah, and I ended up selling for $1,700.
Really?
Yes,
That's
Nice,
good. That's a good
yeah.
turnover.
it took me 5 years, but I don't care.
He gave me a pendant that year.
I had someone
I
drive
could
from
sell
New
that
Jersey.
for how
to get
much?
it.
How much can I get for that?
Talk to this guy.
What, the pendant?
This guy has a store.
He hooked me
I
up.
got to see what it is.
He gave me a really nice pendant.
It's just an implosion.
No, he did like some wig crazy stuff and made it like hollow, and it's a pretty nice pendant.
Oh fuck! Let me see it.
It's in my shop.
But money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let you
also-
know.
This podcast just paid for itself.
Hey, AGI got a lot of cool stuff. So
Yeah.
I got salt,
man,
salt pinchy. That's gotta be worth at least like $500-600.
Oh yeah. I
Shit,
bet.
we all got them salt pendants.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a meltdown.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah,
I wouldn't sell that.
That's what
Oh,
matters.
yeah,
Bill.
but I couldn't give that up.
That's a little
Yeah.
more.
Well, I wouldn't
personal.
sell it either. That's in my.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys
There's
would
some
give me
things you just
stuff
don't sell
for
you know?
cooking. I'd be cooking all week, so those guys would. Everybody, they would always bring me stuff. I'd always
My
get
kids can
pendants.
sell it when I'm dead.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
As long as they sign it. Make sure, hey, make sure you sign this. It's worth something.
Document your collection.
So you had a question, Josh.
Well, just one of the things that we had talked about
that
that
was
we
this
were
week.
going to do on the show was like when things kind of get brought up in conversation in the social media and stuff, we wanted to like visit it or point it out. And one of the things that came up this week, and because it kind of last week we kind of talked about trade shows, and this week the Best of Glass. I don't know if do you follow Best of Glass?
Yeah, it's the one I showed you. I was like, that was the post that came up, and they made the post.
Do you follow Best of Glass?
I have not.
You don't know for sure?
Yes, I do, but
have a
I
lot
have
of-
not
Okay.
been on.
Well, that's the
enough
thing.
to
I mean,
know.
they have
I didn't see this.
they've
I don't
got
know what you're talking about.
170,000 followers, and
Yes.
and I first of
Right
all,
there.
just to give a shout out to this page, I love
Well,
what they
they're
do.
great.
They they basically just kind of scan, Instagram, and they repost the cool photos that go up.
Red.
And
middle, back up. Middle post, white page. White.
Thoughts on age.
Yeah, so every once in a while they pose a question, and this week, we just talked about shows last week, and this week was thoughts on Age. Of course, Age being the trade show, now being open to the public. And I wanted to talk about this because I think this is a really interesting thing that they're doing. And first of all, I don't want this. This isn't necessarily. Last week I was kind of harsh on Age.
We all went to Age.
Yeah, and I'll continue to be critical about them. But what I actually want to make this conversation go, and that's why I wanted to kind of get Paul in on this, is because this is the deal. Age says it's a trade show. So if you're a trade show, the reality, and I'm going to argue my point, and I'm going to put this question to Paul because he's the shop owner. If you're a trade show, this is kind of the way trade shows work. A trade show is open to the people that sell the work of an industry. And so what happens is that these people sacrifice their whole life. This is their career. They have a shop. They're trying to bring you cool glass. They try to have connection to the industry. They have these shows. They've been doing it for years and years. They're trying to have a show where they go and buy stuff at a reasonable price so they can go back to their shops and resell it. And so when you open up one of those shows to the industry, to everybody, it's not that it's a terrible thing. It's good for the artists, but it does compromise the integrity of this idea of a trade show. Like a trade show should be this opportunity for businesses who make an entire career and living off of selling this work to have access to it at this special price because they buy a quantity, rather than just have one person that comes in and scoops things for some price that is ambiguous.
You just have to be on point and be ready to expect those people.
So that's where the conversation goes.
I have an opinion on this.
Yeah, good.
Well.
I want to hear this. And again, I don't want this to turn anything onto Age. It's more about this idea why a trade show is a trade show and not a public event.
I've been talking about this for a while, and I actually thought about throwing more of a public show. Here's the thing. With today's internet and everybody being online and being able to buy direct from the artist anyway,
right?
You're basically taking it away from the brick and mortar and the places where people come in here to buy pieces, because you can just go right to the artist and get whatever you want.
Exactly.
And the big thing is artists will bitch, well, now you're going to let public in and come to this show. But the problem is you're going to sell directly to the person who is going to come into that show and buy from somebody retail the same price you're selling to me, a store that's going to sell your piece to somebody and has to mark it up. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to come to my store anyway. They're going to go right online. They're going to buy it. They're not going to come out here and do it. So stores now have to create a different environment for people to come and experience an interaction, something to get excited, to come out and want to buy the piece, meet the artist, do things like that. The ways of having a retail space as a brick and mortar where people are just going to go because they can't get anywhere else is done. So Age is feeling that as well. And I think they want to let some of the public come in and buy direct from the artist. Are they going to regulate
I think they're
pricing
doing.
and the
I think
sales,
they're doing that to boost sales because their sales are so low at the shows.
Age.
They're trying to bring in more people.
I believe that too, but I don't know what.
First and foremost, I just had thought there. Age isn't now. That's the one. I don't want to dig into Age again. And the question when it says now kind of presents this like this is happening now, but the reality is Age has always been open to collectors. It wasn't like just this year. It's been something that's been open to the public if you're willing to pay the price.
You got to pay for it.
For real. So they're not actually
so,
publicly saying.
Well, this year they are. This year they're actually saying.
That's the difference, though.
Oh no, it wasn't the difference. Just like you said, social media access is the reality.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to come to this show 4 years ago and pay the ticket price, you could get in there as a collector.
Then they also.
But here's the problem.
So I like what you're saying. Again, not to
the problem with the way they did it then is they're taking payment, not letting the artists know that they're letting people do this. So the artists are unwillingly and unknowingly selling their pieces at wholesale price to somebody that they think is a store.
Well, they're announcing it now.
Yeah, now it's like being very clear about it. So I mean, again,
fucking kudos to them.
Kudos to them for that. Again, I'm all for it. Like,
you're not going to stop that, and if you're going to, and I like honesty and transparency. So if you're going to throw a show, you're going to do it. Then tell everybody.
Back to what you're saying. You're saying that it's really on the store to change how they're doing it because of social media. I thought that's what you're saying.
I mean, yeah. I think everybody as a group has to evolve with the way things are changing and the internet and everything. You can't keep going with the same business mindset because it's not.
Well, it makes it to a point where the people, if you're at the show, say if I go to a show, I have to be prepared. If I go to a show like Age, where I'll be like, okay, you're coming into my booth. You want to buy wholesale? Or do you want to retail? Do you want to buy one piece at retail? We'll sell you that one piece at retail. If you want to buy 5 pieces at wholesale.
But here's the thing. Everybody's hungry. And if you're going to sell one piece out of the whole show, you're happy to sell one piece just to get that money and go home. I mean, it's hard. So you go and do a show like Age and you hope that you're going to get these big orders and all this shit. Look, here's the thing. Like, we all know there's a million people there that are going to bring pipes in. I don't have to go to a show to find someone to make spoons or oneies or pinchies. You know what I mean? We all.
Good point. Yeah.
It's very easy to find someone local to make that stuff.
That's going to have that. So
yeah. So you go to the show to get the head of your stuff and the things like that. That's where you're going.
And you don't hope that your decision to like make this type of commitment doesn't kind of buy you into like access that's different from just a regular person.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, I totally do.
So then, how are we okay with
finding? I'm not happy with it at all.
Okay, I was like,
saying that I can't figure out
I'm not reading. I'm not saying
that's one thing that Age does that the others.
That's
one thing that Age does.
It's not going away.
It's not going away. Yeah,
it's only going to get worse. So we got to learn how to deal with this.
Age charges money for early access.
Well, yeah, I know. And look, I myself went to Age, and because that whole clusterfuck with people not being able to get up the thing, I did great.
Yeah.
And I sold everything. And actually, because people paid extra to get in, they bought all my shit before the show even started. So the stores that didn't have the extra money couldn't even buy my shit. I felt horrible, but fuck, I was set for a while. I didn't pay my bills.
I just think
you did like 30,000.
I think you guys are just throwing. I just feel like
no, but that if we go back into this, I mean, that first Age I went with you was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You did like 34,000.
That's what I said. I did $34,000 in 2 days.
That was crazy.
That's fucking, and that's wholesale. Like that was great. It was the best show I've ever done.
I just hope all the artists really tax you since you're fine with it.
Well, that same show though,
that's
put us fine with. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going and doing the show anymore.
I think good. You're not doing the show anymore.
I won't
That's
do the
what I
show
think.
anymore.
I think ultimately you have to choose to like support. Like I think that industry. I think there should just be. I just think there should be a huge definition between like a show for the industry for like shops and a show for collectors.
Okay, so let's move in. What does Las Vegas do? They allow artists in stores, and you have to get a ticket for it.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to have a wholesale license.
Which again,
the reality is that's such a bullshit limitation because anybody can get one.
It's so easy
but they
get.
do let all artists in. They let artists in free.
So hold on. Here's the thing.
The reality is it's kind of a bullshit situation.
How many people are really getting in and buying that piece at a cheaper price? How bad is it really affecting the market? Is there a way to measure that? I mean,
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? It's always a problem. And fuck, I mean, China's knocking everything off. I mean, there's always something we're facing.
Totally. I just think it should be more. I think it should just be more transparent. Like, why even make it one day? Just make it all 3 days and just try to get all the artists to commit to being like.
Oh, did they make it one day?
It's just one day.
Well, see, and that's what I said before, that if they're going to do that, I even said that. I was like, fine, if you want to open it up to the public,
it's
you're
just
transparent
the last
about
day,
it. It's the last day, whatever's left, you open it up so people can make a few bucks to get the fuck home.
Yeah.
And I mean, as long as the stores get first pick.
I think exactly.
And you know the day that it's open, it's retail, and it's the last day, then the artist should be saying, all right, prices go up last day, it's cash and carry.
Yeah.
And that's it. You can't order a piece of wholesale.
Again, transparency is.
Well, I've been to enough of these shows that I know once you're there, you could be there and you could be like, screw it, fuck it. It's all cash and carry. Take what you want to sell it. You want to move it.
And that's the truth. As an artist, we all want to get rid of that stuff.
And it's kind of given. I kind of feel like sometimes it's given the opportunity for these artists that didn't have such a great show to maybe actually fucking make some money to get home.
Yep. No, I'm for that. I'm for that for sure.
And I'm not.
But I'm not into the like. I'm not into the night before preview for people that paid extra money.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't like it. I don't like.
Copacetic.
I'm never cool with the people who have the money to have the one up on everybody else. Fuck that. Even playing field.
You got a lighter?
Oh yes, I do.
Nice. Oh, he's leaving. Can we talk shit real quick? We only have like 12 seconds.
He tried to call me out right there. Did you hear that?
Let's let you have this. So, we're going to start talking about, Paul's life and career, get into his world a little bit. And he's also, like, well, if you're looking behind us, he's got a shop, and he's got tons of fake weed. Like, it's not, what is it? What is it? What exactly is it?
It's not fake weed, it's hemp.
It's hemp.
So basically, the farm bill that Trump just signed basically says that any cannabis plant that is grown that has 0.3% or less THC in it is considered hemp. So they could just jack up the CBD levels and breed the THC out of it so that you get the CBD part of the plant. So it's the medicinal side without the psychoactive part. Right.
And that's what we got. We got this big hog leg that he rolled up for us to try out. And, I've never actually tried this before, so I'm kind of excited. And he tells me it's going to calm me down. So we'll see how that goes. What do you think? You ready?
About this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, actually, before the show, I was actually like, I would never actually smoke this normally, but I was going to try this for the first time because I love smoking, and I love smoking weed. So I imagine I'll like this. And I'm not always hung up on the high of the weed. There's those weed sommeliers out there that are totally dialed in, and I'm always like, I just like something burning in my mouth.
It's a very relaxing, meditative thing. It's smooth. This is a really smooth strain. It's Sour Tsunami. So it's 15.6% CBD and 0.2% THC. So
does the CBD have any type of effect?
Very calming, very relaxing, very anti-anxiety, anti-stress. If you use it daily, it can help with inflammation and pain. And,
I know they make.
It's great for sleep.
Okay. So it takes out like that. You're going to be calm, but you're not going to be high. You're just going to be
relaxed.
I mean, I'm just going to put this out there. It looks like swag.
It looks like Minnie's.
It does.
Just so we know. It looks like Minnie's. Look, there's no seeds in it, so it's a step above swag. Because there is stems. I clean as much out as I can.
Hey, we got to give this to the guy on the couch. Hey, come over here. Try this out.
Yeah.
We're going to give this to our producer.
Smooth, right?
Hey, Thunder Spunk.
Thunder Spunk. Come on over here.
For smoking, plant matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smooth.
I just like smoking. Smoking's like, that's the thing about weed I've always liked. I just like smoking. I'm not a cigarette smoker.
We want our producer to quit smoking cigarettes, so we wanted to try it.
To smoke. It's something to do.
Me too. Yeah, I enjoy
the time.
When I used to before I was on probation.
Yeah.
I'd roll big fatties and just mow the yard.
Right.
Because that was just the thing. It's like, out in the sun, just mowing the yard and riding mower, smoking a joint.
Something about mowing or cleaning. I'll clean the house. I'll just be like,
I hate mowing grass.
Vacuum and get stoned.
Just for the record, Josh likes to mow my grass. Yeah. He sings really loud.
Yeah, I seriously love it. I love hemp. I bought a shitload of it, so I got pre-rolls, I got jars.
Do you carry several different products, or what's the one that you carry?
This is the one strain I carry, and I actually...
Strain or line?
This is I made the product line.
Oh, this is yours? Hempfield is you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Well, we actually... Pennsylvania is famous for that, so Hempfield is an area in Pennsylvania.
I actually live in Hempfield. My daughter goes to Hempfield High School. Hemp was grown there. Hemp is just... it was what
people
made
don't even
area.
realize how much history is in Pennsylvania with hemp.
Yeah.
And we used to have the hemp stones, and they'd have those big rocks they'd roll around.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Nice, right?
Yeah,
the first event I ever went to when I was a kid, when I was 21 years old, I came back to Pennsylvania and we went to a thing called Hemp Fest. Remember that?
Yep.
It was in Hempfield. It was right out there on a farm, and I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that event.
I would say because I'm already high, it's probably a lot better.
What are you talking about?
I was like, if I just smoked this and I wasn't high, I'd be like,
it does give you a little bit of a head change.
But because I'm already high, I'm kind of like, this is fine.
So you were smoking weed illegally?
I was.
Oh, shit.
That's not true.
We only vaporize it here because it's Pennsylvania. It's medical.
I smoked in Philly today where it's decriminalized, and then I drove here.
It's decriminalized in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Let me take that back. Did I say Philly? I meant Harrisburg. A lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to go so far with your lie.
Yeah. That's actually, so breaking news, this little town where you have this shop is talking about making recreational legal in this little town, even though the state of Pennsylvania isn't.
Yes.
But somehow, and it's not decriminalized, it's You're legalizing
right now
It's
we're
decriminalized.
we're decriminalizing Philly and Harrisburg
And Lancaster.
Lancaster.
York
Pittsburgh
is also.
took it back though.
York is also. Did they really?
What's what I heard?
I don't think so.
I heard that
That's
too.
that's what my buddy
You
Tim.
can't take it
He
back.
says that they revoked
No
the
take backs.
No, get back. I honestly I don't know the rules to talk about it enough, but I know that Harrisburg and Philly and everybody's decriminalized, which means you can get away
Lancaster
with it.
is too now, up to an ounce, or up to 30 grams.
But- so what will be the
includes
difference?
cheap plastic baggie you put it in.
Cutting to the chase, what's going to be the difference? It will be recreational legal versus decriminalized.
So they want to go full on recreational, so the dispensary can sell to
anybody. Oh, so they're saying, but how do
they
they
have a dispensary here? I don't know how they're doing it. They're writing the bill right now, and they're going to.
That's going to be crazy because they're going to have to write it either in such a way that says that I have a address in the town of Steelton.
I guess you have to live here to get it.
There's no way this is going to work.
Or no, anybody
Breaking
who comes
news.
here.
There's no way this is
No, but here's the thing, because you can go to Colorado as long as you have a license and say you're of age.
But that's different.
Okay,
That's different.
real quick.
Here's
how this is going to work.
You're in a state that's legal. It's not that I'm in Pennsylvania. It's illegal. Now I bought weed
It's
legal
not
over
be
here.
State or federal.
Yeah, no, but you
What's
can't. You
gonna
just can't
happen
drive
is
out of here with it.
Exactly.
Better smoke it all year.
Local cops will not arrest you for it. But if a state cop would roll through and see something fucked up,
Man, that
he's gonna
sounds
pull you over and
crazy.
arrest you.
The chief of police comes in here. He's all for it.
He
So, yeah,
is,
they're cool.
but not state police.
No,
Dude,
state
I was
police-
taking dabs with him the other day.
Police do you think the state police would be allowed to come driving? No, you.
They can still drive through town.
driving right in.
I don't think they would.
State
no,
police
I
kind of
just-
have jurisdiction to do kind of whatever.
I think you'll all this. Well, you might actually end up seeing a police presence because there's no way that if all of a sudden one town in Pennsylvania said, "Hey, everybody in Pennsylvania, you can just buy weed here. You don't need a medical card." There's gonna all of a sudden be a police presence here.
There's gonna be a news presence here. I mean, everybody's gonna know about it.
Police is like,
But
you
that
aren't
might
gonna
push-
be able to drive out of this town without like.
There's a
fucking
dispensary like what a
beautiful
block away.
0.1 of a mile.
0.1 of a mile.
But
There's
you know
a
what?
dispensary.
0.1
Yeah,
of a
it's
mile.
right there. It's you can walk out in the street and see it.
No, but listen, the thing is this. It might just be a movement to push the state for recreation.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I mean,
I
it's
just-
getting them pushed.
So for it. I've been living here my whole life.
Tom Wolf
It's
just got
been a
sworn
dream.
in, and I think that's
dream
what they're
come
doing.
true.
Tom Wolf's lieutenant governor said
you
that
getting
his
that?
first. Yeah, I
He
did.
said, our governor said, hey, if the bill comes across the table, I will sign it.
No, he's going to. His lieutenant governor said this is his first thing on the thing now that they're sworn in is to push for rec.
Well, here's what's happening.
we're going
New
back,
Jersey's getting ready to pass it.
yeah.
Okay,
I know.
so as soon as New Jersey passes it, the majority of the people in Pennsylvania, honestly, are on the East Coast, right along Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we have the biggest influx of people.
Well, Michigan passed, so
They did, but I'm talking about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a very
I'm
strict
talking about
state.
Pennsylvania, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're talking strict state that has a lot of Bible bangers, and they just don't want to see it. So Philadelphia, the
state,
whole way
yeah.
up and down the coast on the east,
Yeah.
we border New Jersey. New Jersey legalizes that we're going to lose so much revenue from people going into New Jersey from Philadelphia to get legal weed.
fuck yeah, Delaware's going legal too.
That'll be,
nuts right there,
that'll
too.
be the whole domino effect. I mean,
And it's gonna
ultimately,
be-
it's just going to be money.
It's a
that
race,
makes
and
it
I'm
happen.
talking.
Yeah.
We're talking to the growers here. They're coming in and talking to us, and they're telling us that the reason that it's held up is because of the licensing, because they're handing out licenses to grow. They know they can't produce enough weed for if they go. And I really think that the only reason they even did the medical is because of the conservative people. You want to make them happy. So if you say it's medicine, they can't bitch.
Dude, they started off with
to
just
start off
you had to
medicinal
buy
and
it
see
in
the money
oil
pulling-
form.
The fucking
In a
money they're
syringe,
making,
you know,
dude.
it's like you don't even get to put it in a vape pen. You have to buy it like in a syringe and put it into your own pen. And like it's
You
ridiculous.
can buy them in carts. You can buy. You can
Now
buy.
you can. When they first
sauce
started,
carts
it was
like
out of control.
Half grams for $100. It's fucking insane the amount of money that they're selling. You know, but they see the money now, so of course they're going wreck. It'd be dumb not to.
They're out there.
That's why we have gambling and booze in the fucking Turkey Hills now.
Yeah, you got the little slot machines in there.
Yeah,
we
everywhere.
have them in our little hometown. Like where we live in Chambersburg. I mean, St. Thomas Fire Hall, or right beside there.
Those game
Just
of
a
skill.
little teeny weeny slot machines.
It's funny. You'll go in
Cracks
there
me
on a
up.
Friday night, and there'll just be a ton of dudes in Carhartts hanging out around,
blowing their paychecks.
blowing
for
their
the week.
paychecks at these
Pulling
things. I'm
fucking
just like,
handles.
it's crazy.
And
I'm
the
just-
thing
I
is,
thought about
I'm like
putting
in
one
there
in
buying
here.
coffee.
Hey,
like
do
you
it.
guys are,
Do it.
Sean freaked out.
I was just saying, you'd have your own partner freaking having a goddamn conniption fit.
What are you trying to do? Empty my bank account?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would be sad because you'd have like the owner
God.
losing all his profits
man.
playing the slot machine.
No, but that it would
hilarious.
bring in people. Like I talked to a guy that owns 2 of them in one little bar. They bring in $15,000 a piece a month in profit. And you pay like $3,000 right up the front. It's some licensing agreement, and then
You can make
they
that
put it in
much
there
off
and
it,
they
Sean.
pay you. It's something like they take 25% or something. It's some crazy amount they give you.
Yeah.
And they just
Well, see, some places can get
God.
away, like the place where we live, little redneck town in the middle of bumfuck
Yeah.
Egypt. You go into it and they don't offer you, like they won't offer you money. You can get the money. They just got to know you. You can't just be some random son of a bitch coming in there pulling that wheel and winning like.
oh, these are actual slot machines.
They are.
I was talking about the game of skill where you hit the button.
What
and
they
it
do
stops
is
on-
they make it like
you know
a
what I mean?
club. Where they're
Those
like, no,
things?
yeah, these are like
No,
little
they're
slot
video
machines.
poker,
They're video
fucking bullshit.
poker.
Yeah.
But if you win, they'll give you tickets.
Yeah, this thing pays out and you go up and cash in your money.
It's all on the owner's discretion. You know, he's gonna be like,
I'm just
"Are we
gonna
give you this?"
gonna reel this conversation back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Bring it back.
lost.
Yeah, like I don't know where we go. All of a sudden talking about the gambling
Yeah, we're
policies
deep.
of the state of Pennsylvania.
We're
Let's just
deep.
bring it back. Hey, welcome Paul Katherman
Yes.
to the podcast. We're super stoked to have you on here. Of course,
Yeah.
you're one of our partners
Cheers.
in Melt. Cheers.
You know, I got a reputation up, Paul.
You got a rip.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it was all about. Yeah, we want to protect Paul's image.
So
Yes.
I mean,
That's why I put him on a high chair.
well, like, hey, we're live. That was a good one.
But
We call him Polly Two Fingers. Well, actually, we call him Polly 2
I thought it was
Inches.
probably 2 inches.
Yeah, because he's so short. We got to boost it up right now.
Yeah.
He's got 4 phone books under him.
But no, we're stoked to have Paul on the show. I mean, him and our buddy Sean opened up this shop, Coexist. We're down here filming the episode, and the reality is, Paul's been blowing glass a long time. Actually, we've all started right. When did you start? What's your when you say do you got an official date?
2001.
No way. I thought.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
2000
Okay.
It was like 2000, end of 2002, beginning of 2001.
All right. Cool. And what?
So-
Okay. So yeah. So it's about 18 years.
Yeah,
at least,
my
right?
son was born. My daughter was on the way.
Uh-huh.
She was born 2001. So February.
Did you have any inclination? I mean, with working with your hands prior to that, I know you did you're like
Yeah, I was an electrician for
Before
18
glass
years.
blowing?
16 years I was an electrician. Yeah, before
Before
glass
glass
blowing.
blowing,
And
okay, yeah.
into glass blowing
All right,
along with it. So I did it for 16 years.
Yeah.
It overlapped. But yeah, and then
What was it? What was like? What? How did you start? Like what
What,
was
glass
like?
blowing?
Yeah, like.
I mean,
it just
that
especially if
was
you
a-
started that long ago. It's not like you just took a class somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
I was selling weed, and I was going to someone's house to sell them some marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw them blowing glass, and honestly, it was when I was on the Grateful Dead lot chasing them around when Jerry was alive, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd buy glass pipes. I fell in love with the way they change color and just the whole thing about it was just awesome, man. It was like something about it was like
Is that
magical.
before 2001? Were you
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
glass
I was
pipes?
young. I was,
When did you buy
90
your first glass pipe? I know that's a weird question, but I might actually.
Wow,
Like-
that's a good question.
When's your first glass pipe?
Maybe 88.
Wow.
I
Holy
would say
shit,
probably.
dude.
First one you
Holy
bought?
shit.
89,
that's awesome.
80, 89.
Timestamp that.
was that
because
like a Tory?
That might win. Like,
Huh?
Who made that?
I have no fucking clue. All I
Like
know.
back then, it was all Tory.
but it
and-
wasn't
yeah.
even fumed, was it? Was it?
No,
fumed?
it was. Yeah, that was the whole thing about it. It changed
No
color.
way,
And I was like,
really?
what the
Wow.
fuck? Yeah, that was the
And
whole.
you bought that at a dead show? Or?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
on a dead lot. Yep,
Yeah.
off some dude out of a case. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
How was the show that day, man?
I don't remember.
He's just
I don't remember it.
Well,
don't
break
really
it down
know
a
much.
little bit more than that. Where are you from, and where
Okay, so I'm from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, Amish country. So yeah, I grew up in the woods, really kind of not sheltered. My dad was a partier. We had a swimming pool, and he'd get crazy.
All the
tap
dads
beers
with
for
swimming
people
pools
and
were
shit.
partiers.
He was fucking nuts. Like, no, he was a crazy dude. And like, I tap beers for him and all his friends and shit. But the crazy parties, I had to leave. I had to go away. But grew up with rock and roll and just, yeah.
then you got in the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I got into the Grateful Dead, and then
Were you
Yeah,
a
shit,
fan of the
that
Grateful Dead before '88?
And I'm sad to say that I have to attribute my
probably.
shit to the Grateful Dead. I don't even really care about the Grateful Dead. I listen to them, but I wouldn't actually probably move to Humboldt County if it wasn't.
I think
for the
that's
Grateful
when
Dead.
I became a fan of the Grateful Dead. It was when I
88?
started about there. Yeah, because I started going to I think it was my
I
first
still
show.
can't believe you had your first pipe in '88. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
and
fucking-
and then I went on. I went on tour until '94. I was running around.
I mean, I'm from
I went to
Eugene.
jail.
I don't
Went
think
to jail in there too.
I didn't own my first glass pipe until '90, probably.
Really?
Yeah. So that's awesome. I mean,
I doubt I would own one till like 92.
yeah. Like my
You
first,
guys are a couple years older than me, so-
I owned my
It was
first
in
glass.
there, I
I'm
mean-
almost sure it's in '99. So I mean, I just think
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm like, wow.
You guys are
It was
old
damn close to
motherfuckers.
in there. I was old
Yeah.
as fuck. I mean, I started smoking
You're older
weed.
probably, right?
I
Who's
smoked
older?
out of
Hey, I
metal
don't think we're
pipes.
getting into that. Well,
I
wanna
smoked out
know.
of metal pipes.
I want to know.
You know, you go to the porn shop and buy a metal pipe is when I
Yeah.
started smoking weed.
Right.
With the chamber and shit, and you pack that fucking swaggy shit in
Yep,
there.
and you
do
resin it
whatever.
up. Yep.
Yeah, and then I went to my first Dead show. I think it was RFK Stadium, and that was early, so it might have been '89.
My first Dead show was also '88,
Okay.
but
He hates the Dead.
But I didn't go to the Dead show. I worked at the grocery store next to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, where they played. And so I didn't go to the show, but I had to work all weekend, and I had to, like, they were like, everybody they told every employee, wear a tie-dye, wear whatever this weekend, you have to double as security. During the weekend.
What the fuck?
I saw dudes, I'm not joking, I was walking down, I went down this aisle, and I saw a dude put an entire, like, 12-pack of chicken down his pants. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had to, like, I went and told my manager, I was like, dude, there's somebody just put a pack of chicken down his pants on aisle 12 or something. But yeah, that was
Dude,
my
he made
first
so much food for
Dead
people for that
concert.
pack of chicken.
First Dead experience.
Yeah, that's my dad. And I worked at that grocery store for 2 years, and every summer the Dead would come to Eugene. They'd play at the Autzen, and I worked at the grocery store.
That's awesome.
For the whole weekend, we would always have to.
fucking
We could
awesome.
wear whatever we wanted, and everybody returned a shitload of bottles and cans
Were
that
you
weekend. It was-
were you
yeah.
traveling? I mean, were you sticking local?
Me?
Did you go across
I
the
went
country?
all over the country. I made it.
Who
I
taught
went-
you? Who taught
to
you?
blow
though?
glass?
To blow glass. Yeah.
Well,
Who taught you
okay,
to blow
so-
glass?
Jason Reiner, or PAJ.
Oh,
PAJ.
He's the first person I saw blowing glass, and I was
Wow.
like, "Yo, I want to learn this shit." So he's like, "Well, he had other apprentices and stuff, and at that point in time, you just didn't give that away."
Yeah.
Dude, back
So-
then, people were cocksuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough, man, and you had to pay your dues.
You
and
didn't
had
have
to work
Torch
hard,
Talk. You
and,
didn't have YouTube. You didn't have
right.
any of that shit.
And I had a kid, and another one on the way. I'm like, I was struggling. I'm like, dude, I want to learn to do this, but like, I can't just work for you. I have to feed my kids. So I looked at what he had, went online, learned some shit, and bought all the equipment, set up in my basement. And I'd lower oxygen tanks down with a rope and shit, and
In your basement.
yeah, start hooking that shit up. And
What?
just started
Same
fucking around.
house?
Huh?
Same house?
What?
Where you live now?
No, I had this
Oh, okay, I was
tiny
just
little.
asking.
I bought
Do you have a
some-
basement at your house right
Oh
now?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it floods. You said you like.
Yeah, it's like it's like a stream running through my basement 24 hours a day.
There's been times you said there's like 6 people.
Yeah, I bought a really good sump pump this time, so hopefully it'll last a little longer than a year. Won't fill up my basement again. But yeah, so I had a tiny little house, started in my basement, started blowing glass, trying shit, and
Did Jake
So
come
we
over
got
and
some
teach
photos
you?
here.
no, he showed
What
me
are
a
we
couple
making?
things, and I said I'm gonna make some fucking dildos because
Oh,
I know
shit.
Jay
We
don't
ran
make
out of that.
dildos, and I'll just do my own thing, and then Jay don't have to teach me shit. So I self-taught myself for a while. So
Making dildos?
yeah, making dildos, butt plugs.
Did you test those out?
No.
I made a lot of dildos too.
didn't?
So.
Not the butt plug. Well, no, I've
hope
tested out
so.
the dildos on many, many women, but not the butt plugs.
I love it.
You didn't know any women that wanted a butt plug?
No, actually, that's kind of odd. No,
That
but
is kind of odd.
I never met a girl that was just like, yes, please give me a butt plug.
Tawny, he's not serious.
Couple,
He's making
yeah.
this up.
Huh? No, she knows. There's never been, huh?
She knows.
I've known a couple women that were fine with butt plugs.
Oh, I have
surprised
known
you
a few
did- yeah.
girls that were okay with the butt. Yeah,
Well, you were
definitely.
making.
They were
You
definitely butt
made
people.
thousands of those
Oh,
things.
thousands, yeah. I mean, I definitely sold plenty of them to women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just
Oh,
never met a
yeah.
girl myself that let me slide one in.
You had a company making dildos for the most part, right?
Yes, yeah, that was my main business for.
What was the name of that
first years.
company?
It was Erotics.
Erotics.
Yeah, with an X on the end. You
Kinky.
could probably Google. You might even be able to Google that.
Is there still
and
stuff?
I mean, I did.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great to have part of your search history.
I had magnets on.
See that?
I had magnets on my car for the
erotic
business and everything. Yeah, with dildos on it. Like it was.
Is there a picture of dildo? You drove around with a car with a dick on it?
It looked like a
Just
dildo.
a couple.
But it wasn't like straight out of phallic. You know what I mean? But it looked kind of phallic-ish.
So what are you doing?
Oh, George O'Keefe.
That's pretty phallic.
Yeah, that's my flowers.
So, I mean, I made a lot of dildos too, and I'm
Is
not
this your
ashamed of
account?
it. And I always say we talked about this last week. I was like, I'm not ashamed.
One just first opened
I am
my
not
account.
ashamed of dildo making. I mean, I made a lot of money doing them, right?
Go back.
Great money in dildos.
Who's that guy?
That's me years ago.
That's you?
Yeah.
Oh, bring that. That's
What were you like 12?
with a full
it was
beard?
probably 5
No,
years ago.
I don't think it's 12. Yeah.
Probably 5 years ago. So whenever Instagram
You look like a
kinda
badass.
started,
I just feel like
I
you
was
look
like
like
a
a
badass.
badass.
Yeah, I was like
I'm
fucking
just
with the
like-
filters. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
dumb.
totally.
And then there's my ceiling.
I just.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that's back when I owned the store in Columbia. The first time I owned it.
that's the dancing bear.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Bongs,
so
yeah.
what's happened? I mean, over these
Bongs.
last like 2 years, you know, you pretty much got back on your track. You guys have two stores
There's my second wife right there.
Wife number 2.
This is old.
Yeah.
This is going back.
Okay.
This is going back about 7 years actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Who's
and
in the middle there? Is that
That's
Dave?
Kyle from Slightly Stupid.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you
And then you get, what, are you drinking some like Coca-Cola from somewhere?
no, but he's actually
Yeah.
you've seen Slightly Stupid how many times? You're friends with him. You made him
I'm
pipes.
friends with him. Probably 70 times maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you've
Holy
made
shit.
him pieces and
Fucking
all that
time.
kind of stuff backstage. You went
Yeah.
on that cruise with him, hung out.
No, we went to they have this
Mexico?
it's
I remember
It's
that.
pretty cool. It's nice. You get to hang out with the band. 30 Heads were there. It's a good place to go. I like it. We should all go there on
cruise?
vacation.
Really?
No, it's like a.
Maybe we
it's
get
a-
Mel to pay for it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think we really should do something like that.
I'm all for it.
If Melt ever makes money, let's do
Todd's
that.
probably like, shut up,
Fuck off.
shut up. It's not happening.
No, it's great. There's like a whole bunch of shit down there in Mexico, right by I can't remember what the name of the town
Mexico's
is.
awesome.
But it's right on the beach. They have the stage right there. You eat with them. It's all inclusive. You hang out with them, party with them the whole time. All the bands they come.
Yeah.
It's fucking badass.
Sounds
Dude.
like fun.
Yeah. Yep. So
All right, so we're moving on. He made dildos.
Badass.
yeah, that
flowers,
was a good business. I
tattoo.
made a lot of money with dildos.
I know, and I'm with you, man. I
Penis
fucking
plugs
love
were the
dildos.
best.
You made them?
Penis plugs were the best.
Penis pugs
Penis plugs. Penis
Plugs.
is a dick
What's
rod.
that?
Whoa.
Seriously? Heard this?
Yeah, give us a
Yeah.
little insight
All
on
right,
this.
so-
Give us a little tech talk.
This is the first
How do you make the best ones?
A piece of 6 mil is about the best size.
Would you be willing to
it's a
come
6
in and do a demo and a
Oh,
demonstration?
I definitely did that. Dude,
No demonstration?
I'll say this though. That was the best money I've ever made. Here you go. Look, these are penis
Holy
plugs.
shit!
Yep, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but I made glass ones.
Wow. They don't break off?
Well, no.
But
they
why?
don't. I
But
anneal.
why?
I anneal.
Why?
How if they did break
Yeah,
off?
look at the price. I used to sell them on eBay. I'd auction them off. I'd sell them for.
What did
wow,
you-
I'm
what-
like, God damn! I shouldn't even say anything about this. I should have got back into this.
What do you? Why?
Dude,
Why?
I didn't
going
realize
to.
there was that big of a market.
Why?
Take that
for
down. Take
penis
that down.
plugs.
We're done.
What do you do? Seriously,
done.
like
It's over. Come on.
What's the point? I gotta know,
okay,
like,
so it's kind of like a bondage thing. So
I would assume so.
yeah. So basically,
Oh my God.
you have to be fully erect, right, to actually use it, right? You can't put it in a
don't
soft.
have- no, you can go.
Are you
yeah,
forcing that in a soft one? Because that
It's
sounds
not even
terrible.
forcing. No, listen. So 6 mil.
Because I'm
Hey,
sitting
hold
there like,
on. Stop. We are talking to a guy that has had a cock ring for how many years? And every time you pee, you have to turn sideways?
Yeah, I took it.
dude. Oh, shit. I forgot about
No,
that.
you flip it over, so because you have two streams and one's pointing straight down. So if
People
you flip
want to
it
know
over,
this. People do want to know
people
this.
do want to know about this shit.
I don't
Yeah.
really know about my fucking. All right,
All
so
right.
listen.
That's
so,
up. He brought it. Yeah, if you
so
want
anyway,
You took it out there, right?
oh, you're explaining. I don't have it in right now.
to. No.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Oh, yeah, right here. So basically, it's like a bondage thing, but it's a stimulation. So if you slide that in, and it'll touch the. If you get it in far enough, it'll touch your the.
Taint?
No.
The fuck is that part they check for?
Prostate,
cancer?
but-
prostate. Yes.
But
So,
you're gonna
and-
hold on. You're not gonna hit your prostate coming through your urethra.
That looks
Yes,
like.
you
I
will
mean,
get
I'm
to
no
that area.
scientist.
Yeah, you will.
Hey, it looks
You
like
will?
You can get to
I
it.
thought
yeah.
you got to do in the back.
It looks like a
No.
dog whistle.
That doesn't know. That does look like a dog whistle.
Yeah,
And
that one's so it can be locked in and you can still come or pee through it. See, it's a hollow.
Wow.
Trust me, I made hollow ones too. I had people write me for these things. I'd sell them for $15 to $20 a piece, but I can make them in
Why would you
minutes,
care if
like
it was
minutes.
hollow?
Because that way you don't have to take it out to come.
I see what he's saying.
So if
Makes
the
sense.
hole's blocked when you're being
I
bondaged
hadn't
and
even.
stimulated.
I never gotten to that point.
Yeah,
All right, so
we're there, baby. We're there.
All right, check it out. Let's just say this. So a cock ring is kind of the same thing. It'll choke it off so that you can't come.
Okay.
It stops the semen from flowing. So if you use this, it can flow.
Well, then
You're not
why would you?
blocking the hole.
Why were you ever making solid ones then? Because then you're just
Because the
fucking
solid
You're
ones are
blocking
just for
off that
stimulation
semen.
and to block it. So it's also because some people, if you
So
block
you're
it,
like
that's also
getting a blue
Hey,
ball.
dominant.
Real quick,
Yeah,
real
who
quick.
knows? People are
Hey,
weird.
check it
man.
out. Wow.
We're not weird, but people have their own kinks.
Welcome to Savage Love.
Moving on. Let's move on past penis inserts.
It was really good money. All I'm saying
It
is,
sounds awesome.
I'm gonna get a case of 6 mil tomorrow. That's all. Yeah.
there you go, there you go.
So then we moved on to what?
And that's how I got my name.
Then I started making
Polytouches.
marbles
Marbles.
because
And-
I was
and
making.
that's
the dildos
honestly
and
what
the
I would
penis
know you
plugs.
as.
And do those go right into your butt?
What's that?
The marbles?
Sorry,
Marbles? No, you lose them.
I'm just joking.
So
No.
I thought because I did solid work and wasn't doing hollow, marbles were a good suit for me to move.
And that's
into.
what I would always know
Makes
you
sense.
as a marble maker.
Yeah.
And you're a fucking killer marble maker.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I put you in the top 100.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe like a top 120.
But no, I put no seriously.
There ain't many
top
marble makers
60.
out there. So
Look
I
at
don't-
these marbles.
I don't have
Who
too far
else?
to
Who
fall.
else? Yeah, no, you.
But-
Well, this is the deal. You people recognize your marbles, so that
I at least
yeah.
have a look
You
that
have
people
you have-
recognize.
yeah, people know what you
Well,
do.
you
and they're
started
great.
that. You
They're
started that
very
cave,
cool marbles.
and
Yes.
nobody else has done that before you. I don't remember
No.
everybody seeing any doing those caves with the opals and all that kind of stuff. And you do it so well, and then you started on the bat caves, which was awesome. You know, you had your own.
Yeah,
opal
that was
made.
this guy came to the marble show and he was a spelunker, and he's like, "Please come caving with me and stuff." He goes, "I want you to make a cave and put bats in it." Yeah, he's like, "Let's go caving." So I went caving with him.
Well, that was the
And,
dirty head there. I saw that. Picture
we went
quick.
out here. We crawled down into the earth and stuff and did all this, and I was like, you know what, this is awesome because the spikes do remind me of a cave.
Yeah.
So and then I was like, let's put bats in them. So I made him a bat cave, and that's where the bat.
That's cool.
But I had to have the bats custom made from.
I've seen you how
Profound.
you
That
do
was-
this technique, and like then I've seen other people try to do it. You know, it's like yours are definitely way cooler. And the way you put, I mean, you'll make the caves with the vortexes on the sides of them, and nobody's done that. I've never seen anybody other glass blower do it. You 100% have that style and that thing on lockdown where nobody else is doing it, and nobody's doing it as clean as that for sure. They just look fucking badass.
These are old ones too. Like
These are old ones. I know they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
You're putting all kinds of stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I just started revisiting them too. I'm gonna have fun with marbles for a while again. I think.
is that your dot stacks? There's some nice dot stacks.
Yeah, old.
Yeah, but that's still nice and clean and like really cool and very intricate. And
Yeah, these are some of the first bat caves too, right there. So
yeah, that's a crazy marble. Wow.
yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm glad we looked back on this stuff.
That was the last time. It's rare that somebody actually does look back on their photos. Today I told you, I told Josh that I was purging my photo list and I got rid of like 1,000 photos. I was like, I haven't looked at this shit in years.
Damn, look at those Fred pendants.
You're still making stuff
You
like
still
that,
do
though.
those, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your
I need to make
turtles-
more stuff. I need to get. now
My
that we have a
favorite,
studio
my
set up
favorite
here, I
by
can
far
work
is
more.
the black and white. When you do your black and white, I'm the biggest fan of black and white when
It's
it comes
so
to
clean.
dots, and I
It's
just
classy.
love it. I love it. Every time I make anything black and white, it's my favorite thing to look at. Mm-hmm. But you've made some pretty cool color fume pieces, and you know over the years you've done just about everything when it comes to pendants and marbles.
Yeah, it's.
Now you're making the turtles, and
Yeah, I've been making the turtles for a minute. I'm a little.
I would say you're probably like one of the go-to guys for making those turtle
Turtles,
pendants.
jeez, yeah.
I mean, you sell a lot of those on the
So a lot of them, yeah. I'm trying to. I'm in one of those transitional stages where you're trying to find a new direction, something new to play with and have fun with.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
What's what are you
Hey,
doing to
you got
like?
the video of that Sherlock? This is like the first time I met Paul, really.
Yeah,
We
let's
made
see
this
this.
Sherlock together, and he made these marbles, and like that was like his littlest little opal cave.
You're talking about black and white. There you go.
yeah, and like I said, and that's when I first got there, and I was making this chip stack. this was what, 4 or 5 years ago? I can't remember. 5 years ago?
Probably 5.
We made this
At
at
least
AGI.
5. I mean, it was
It was at least 5.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, it was probably like 2013. We made it at AGI, and then we made this goblet afterwards.
that I like.
Yeah, it's super clean.
Just like
I mean, your
cups.
dot stacks are awesome.
All pinwheeled up there.
Yeah, well, the swirl's so good. I mean, I can make a cup, but I mean, you definitely have more, more time in your marble than I have in the cup in the front.
Really, Paul should be paid more than you are.
I don't know.
He
No.
should be. He should be. But hey,
Paul, let's have a shot of
we all know
tequila.
that's not.
Oh, yeah.
I got that for you right here. It's already set up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're ahead of the game, folks.
L'chaim, as they say in Mexico.
Well, I mean, other than that, I mean, you're making marbles, you're making pendants, but then you started that shop, and now you guys, I mean, we're looking out the back window here. I'm turning around, probably not hearing me, but I mean, they got a huge shop here. We're actually sitting in the flame working studio, so if you would actually see what we're seeing big tables down the side with torches blowing out, but we're just kind of tucked in here out the window because I thought it'd be a cool backdrop, but. That's what we're looking at, and that's what you have now.
Yeah.
You know, and you started out, you were making all these things and doing all these things, and now you've turned it into something that's actually pretty amazing. I mean, this place is awesome. We talked about the Coexist Gallery last week on our show, and we put some videos up, and they
From
had
the
their
opening
grand
party
opening.
with the
Yeah.
They had a soft glass truck with the ice carving, and now we're just kind of here, and every week they're going to be, they're working hard to try to make something really unique that's definitely not used to this area.
Trying to give some people in this area a place to go to, a place to get out of the house and go hang out, meet people, mingle, community, an experience. So, yeah, we're hoping to build that, and things are going good. It's pretty wild to see it all develop the way it is.
I had a great time at that last night.
You didn't take your shot. I
did half of it. It was a
half of
double.
shot.
That was a double.
I'm like, wait a second.
Hey, part of the purpose here,
which is
guys, is
fine.
to get drunk.
You set this over there.
Yeah, you want to drink one of these other beers? You want to try something?
No, I'm good with
Tequila.
Don Cute. Yeah, Don Cute.
Don Julio.
Jesus
As they
Christ
say.
already.
This is top shelf, people. Top shelf.
We know what we're doing. Yeah. So this is what.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got something to say?
No.
Throw it out there. Let's hear it.
No, it's pretty crazy to come from making dildos to having a store.
I mean, we've been
Is
around.
that what was that your first thing? I mean, I know we were like kind of joking about what dildos
no,
was
I'm
like.
dead serious. That was
Yeah.
the very first thing I did was make it was a dildo. It was
Yeah.
Actually
We were talking about. I mean, we were talking about.
do you know who Brent Graber is?
Yeah, well, I know Brent.
Okay,
well, yeah,
so
yeah.
I know Brent from the very first time I made a dildo.
Oh wow,
Because Brent was also a dildo maker.
I knew that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and his name was Mr. Smiley, and he
Yep.
was my competition on eBay.
Oh my god, that is really funny. Yeah.
and we actually got in some arguments through messaging.
I bet. Oh my gosh, that's
pissed off,
hilarious.
hated
Yeah.
each other, but then
Oh
we
my
became
God.
friends. So
Oh, Brett knows his way around a dildo.
yes, he does. He made one hell of a story. He
So
lived
does
in
Paul.
Florida, and he worked on a lathe in Florida in some fucking weird.
I kind of
spot.
feel like we have
That's
this
funny.
thing where every week we're going to talk about dildos.
Somehow
because
dildos are gonna come up.
We talked
Yeah.
about dildos at the last episode.
Yeah.
And I
You
kind of
guys got me.
operated one.
I'm going to make a really nice.
I
dildo
made
after
2 this
so-
week.
Dude.
You know
I
what?
got
Can I
orders
make
for
a dildo
dildos.
for you guys to give away?
Nope. Yes.
We do want to do
That's
that.
what we want to do. Fuck that turtle pendant.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're going to do that
Oh.
too.
You do the turtle
Right.
too.
But okay, but
let's
we're
do
gonna
a
do a
collab.
dildo.
We're gonna
but-
do a dildo.
All
Let's
right,
do
cool.
a collab.
do
A
it.
dildo collab.
Okay.
All 3 of us?
Yeah.
I'm down. Down.
Let's do a fucking 3-way dildo collab.
All right.
Dude.
That'll be the next
All right.
giveaway.
Our producer loved it. He's kind of rubbing his clit right now. He's back behind the scenes. You
Yeah,
can't
there's
see
got to
that.
be a girl out there
Yeah.
that wants all 3 of those
want all
collabs. in
3
her.
of those?
Josh has a plan to sell these
Yeah,
things
I got a plan for Star Wars dildo lovers.
Yeah.
Coming
No,
up for
apparently
you.
there's quite a
I-
few of them.
There's
I
a Darth
made a-
Vader for your butt.
I made a dildo and was at a swinger party, and
Coincidentally.
I said, whoever wants to use this dildo, if you use the dildo, you
Yeah.
get to keep it.
Yeah.
So,
That's fucking, yeah.
in the hopes of some gorgeous girl would use the
Take
dildo.
it, yeah.
Was she gorgeous?
No,
No.
didn't work out.
They
the way
never
I
are.
planned. It was pretty. it was like a fucking train
does
wreck.
Kevin still have that dildo?
I do.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry. It's in my personal collection on my shelf next
yeah.
to my
Sean
marbles.
was calling.
That was a keeper.
I missed 2 calls from Sean. Did he try that?
He's probably called me like 4 times.
Only 2?
Yeah, only 2. He'll listen to this and be like, "You fucking assholes.
Here's
Won't
to you,
answer.
Sean.
We have to start answering our phone during the thing for
So
Sean.
if I could only ask you one question, Paul, what would it be? Tell me.
I'll take a drink.
No, but like, so it's like, yeah, but I mean,
that was the one question. That was
the
it.
question, yeah. No, but on the flip side of that, the flip side of that is like, all right, so you got a guy here that's been blowing glass for 18 years. You've seen a lot. You're actually a glass blower that owns a store.
Mm-hmm. You've been to basically every major trade show in the country
You've been to
for the last 10 years.
In all these years, you've been around. Like,
festivals, Grateful
Yeah, it's
Dead.
pretty crazy how far we've come. You don't even realize.
This is like an incredible. This is like a big pressure question. But if you could synthesize, like, if you only had one thing to say about lamp working, not glass. I mean, because glass, I think that's too wide open. Like, if you only had one thing to say about this, what would you say?
I'll say
no pressure.
No, honestly, I can't even put it into words. It is the most amazing thing that's ever come into my life. I am thankful for it every day. Like, I can't even. It's the reason I am. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it has been since my first pipe that I bought on a dead lot. From that point forward, and weed and everything all involved in all that, but all the way up till now.
There was a juicer in there.
Oh, yes, many juicers, but I'm saying, like, fucking glass. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Like, it's all of us here.
We've all made it a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, we base our whole lives around it.
But it's also like a different kind of people.
Obviously, that was the wrong question.
We're going to call somebody on the way home. Me and Josh are going to call somebody on the way home and see if we can get them to build a fire in our shop.
He did
so
say
it's
one
warm
thing.
to get there.
Where's that fake weed?
He's
sparking
firing it up right now.
I know. That's good. All right. Okay. Well, how about this? Favorite color?
Green.
Green. Hey,
we were talking about glass color. Come on, dude.
Oh no, not in glass. I mean, it's not green.
Yeah. All right.
We got some projects coming up. We're gonna make some Darth Vader Steal Your Faces.
Yes. Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Some goblets.
We've
We've done that in the past.
Yep. Yeah, and I have a new idea for a marble that I want to make that I've been thinking about for probably 8 years that I think I can actually make. I think I finally figured it out.
About time.
Taking you 8 years to figure it out.
8 years, and I'm not gonna say a fucking thing because it probably won't come out then.
You'll find out a way. I mean, your marbles are pretty fucking tight. Like I said, they're so unique.
We believe in you.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're moving on.
Well, that was great. That's like your history, pretty much.
Yep.
Dildos and
Dildos.
That's what you want people to remember you for? No.
Honestly, it's been a crazy road.
Yeah.
It has.
I mean, we all went through that whole pipe dreams area.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a shitty time where we had to do whatever we could to make whatever
especially in PA.
money we could.
It was the worst.
Yeah, PA was terrible. We had
The worst.
We had to start driving minivans and cut our hair and look like mom and pops just to get to the smoke shop, and you'd park down the street and you'd walk 2 blocks to walk in and deliver them some pipes. So that you were afraid that somebody was watching who's walking in there to make the delivery with a gun case. And you're carrying gun cases in your car, and you're like, oh, it's
That's
fucking
actually
horrible.
really, that's interesting.
I remember
scary
the
time.
day pipe dreams kicked in. I mean, I can remember when they actually signed with John Ashcroft. I mean, he was the Attorney General that fucking declared war on glass pipes, and it actually all came down to Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
it was because of
here.
Pennsylvania.
Because of Pennsylvania and Tommy Chong.
Chong's
bombs,
his
but
company,
it was his son. But
so the DEA set up a fake company in Pennsylvania
Yeah.
and accepted sales because Pennsylvania was illegal to accept sales in for pipes. So
into Pennsylvania,
that
you
company
couldn't ship anything into
called
Pennsylvania,
and the Pennsylvania company called them and said, "Hey, can you ship this?" And the guy was working that day. They said was just a dumbass that said, "Yeah, we'll ship it to you." He put it on the list.
Actually,
and
they kept
out.
calling. They probably called like I forget how many times they said they called, but finally they caught somebody that didn't know what they were doing, and that's when they got the shipment to go through. And
But
they
it's
made the
all
bus.
because of Pennsylvania.
I'll say this. It was scary as shit, but at the same time, no one would send pipes to Pennsylvania. So if you had a smoke shop in Pennsylvania and you couldn't get pipes. If you were a glass blower in Pennsylvania, you were selling everything you had because nobody would send anything
It was
anymore.
crazy.
For a long time. In fact, we still get people saying, Matty White said to us, you sure it's cool for me to ship those to Pennsylvania?
To
Like,
this
people still
day,
remember
I mean,
that. That was
I can attribute
that
that
was
whole
huge.
situation of my life to that's the reason I make wine glasses now. Is because
we all had to find something
from
to
the
make.
time that happened. I can remember the day I woke up and that happened, and I was like, "Fuck it!" And I actually stopped selling pipes for the most part, except for people I knew. I made wine glasses, and I worked on that for fucking 4 years of my life, man. I made nothing but wine goblets. So that's why I can do it, though. I mean, I spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, it's when I got arrested the last time, was told I couldn't make pipes. Again, I couldn't make pipes. Was like, so I couldn't make pipes for about 7 years, and by law. So I was forced to do something. So I ended up making.
I thought he was going to the bathroom. I was going to make fun of him.
A drink or something, please. I ended up making. I was forced to make just marbles and pendants, and I started doing those on a reg. I'm gonna grab some drink.
What do you need?
Back.
Hey,
Oh yeah, perfect. You just go ahead.
what do you need?
What'd you do? What'd you drop?
Nothing. It's empty.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Where are you going to get something to drink at? We could have got that for you. While he's gone, seriously, real quick. No, we can still
Real
see
quick.
him. We can still see him.
He's only 1/3.
He's back, he's back,
He's
he's
only 1/3 human size, so that's why he had to leave.
Probably 2 inches.
He's on 14 phone books right now.
All right. All right. So
He's so bad. I just got
anyway, let me. You went and peed?
No, I didn't.
I was gonna say, where the fuck did you go?
No, I just said
no.
I had to pee. I have to pee really
We've been
bad.
waiting for somebody to pee for this
just
whole
waiting.
entire like
totally, yeah.
situation because that's our go ahead to make fun of you.
All right. So anyway,
What are you drinking?
I found this
That's not cool.
Angry Orchard hard cider. It's pears.
Your,
Yeah.
And I like
we have a
pears.
little.
Plastic cup over there, please.
There we go.
So anyway,
Ah.
yeah. So I was forced into making pendants and marbles all the time. So it ended up being just one of them things where I,
Cheers.
because being forced into it, I got really good at it. Like you said, with the cups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have a choice. It's what you do. So
And I honestly,
that's really-
I would stop going. I went to some shows at
that's
that
why
time.
you don't see any. And not to cut you off, but the reason you don't ever see any pipes on my feed is because if I posted a pipe, I couldn't have my children. So I didn't, or I would go to jail. So that was a collab pipe right there, but I felt like it didn't look like a pipe, so I was able to post it. But that showed up in court.
If I couldn't have children, I would have been posting pipes years ago.
For real.
No, I had kids.
That's a good joke.
You do have kids.
Yeah.
Cheers.
They
Come
would.
on. Tequila
You,
cheers.
you,
That
you
was a
abided
tequila.
by the law. Like,
I had
really
to.
well.
I had
And
to. I
like-
couldn't see my kids.
Yeah, I know.
It was years.
But you
because of
sti-
weed.
well, but you definitely got to hone in your marble skills.
There's me and my friend girl
Eh.
years ago.
I was
Tawny.
driving. Is that the RV?
Yeah.
Bertha?
Yep.
He's got a really sweet RV.
Yeah, it's a 1973 Chevy Barth. Thing's fucking badass.
I've
And
seen
that's
it on the
Tawny,
side
this-
of the road so
my
many
amazing
times.
girlfriend.
Looks good.
Yeah, it broke down one time. It actually has glass. I actually put glass lines in
That
for
was
the
an
radiator
AGI.
hoses and shit.
I remember you left AGI. You broke
that
down.
was that was
Sheriff
was it
Fest.
Sheriff
Sheriff
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah.
We passed him.
and he
We're
fucking.
like, oh, that's Paul.
Yeah, hey, see you guys.
he had a substitute glass tubes for parts.
Yeah,
for his hose.
radiator lines. Yeah, I just bypassed fucking heat exchangers and shit.
So yeah, well, you know, you've been you done with that?
Yeah,
I'm sick of talking about Paul.
me too. Me too.
I'm just joking.
God damn, look at that ugly ass Steely.
You know,
Hey,
that's one thing I could
don't
say.
think they're,
your Steelies have
Your
evolved.
Steelies,
When
they've
you-
evolved, but they've only gotten better. It's not that they start.
Thank God.
They didn't start out bad. That's the thing. Like a lot of
That's my
times,
kids.
a lot of times people evolve. They start out bad and they get better. But your Steelies have been pretty
I can
much on
remember
point.
That's
from
me with
going
Damien
into,
Marley.
They're good.
who was Tim's Gallery up in, you know what I'm talking about, Tim?
Nope.
He had some of your first Steelies, and like you see them, and you're like,
right
holy
there.
shit!
I have two that are broken
And they're
right
like,
now. I gotta fix
they
them.
look
those first ones
so
broke
much
real
different
easy.
than what your first one, like what they are now.
He dropped. He was at a festival and the wind blew the table over. They're right over there. There's two of them on the table.
Dude, they would look so completely different than what they look like now.
Completely changed. It's kind of cool to see us how we evolve. Looking back on pictures like this and seeing where
Yeah.
things came from, it's pretty fucking crazy. There's a decon collab.
Yeah, you did some sick.
Oh, that one is? Yeah, that's cool.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the spacey
That's a
one.
huge collage of stuff. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool. That sold pretty fast.
You got that mesh?
No, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
I have one I just found. I'm gonna do another decon collab with the new one now because I found one of the cabs that was in my studio up there. I was like, wow, so I'm gonna throw it together.
And look
Put it
for
up.
some collabs between me and Paul because we got them coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make some too. Fuck this. I'm going to collab.
Everybody's
I still
coming in.
have some pieces that we were doing that we never finished.
All right, I'm gonna set this one thing
Stamped
up
ones?
while we're talking about it.
Fuck them, dude.
We're gonna-
They'll
actually,
sell,
there was
dude.
one
I
that
can't
had,
get
like,
rid
it
of
was
it.
like a weird dot stack off.
People, I've had people ask me for more of this.
While we do
Make
this
them,
here,
they'll do it.
we're gonna
need
move
to-
in. I'm gonna do this giveaway. We had a giveaway on our
We're
last
done
podcast.
with this guy.
You guys should come up here and let's just like crush out some shit for a
should.
weekend.
We
will
would
do
make
that.
a lot in like 2 days with just pendants.
Oh
We
my
could make
God,
a
we
lot of pendants
kill
in a
it,
couple
yeah.
days. Yeah.
And goblets.
Piles of stuff.
Fuck goblets.
So look at it, everybody.
Nobody wants a goblet.
We're gonna
Well,
we
they do.
have a podcast going or a thing on our podcast
I'll give you a
page.
globlet.
We have a giveaway last week. Which
Oh,
was
yeah.
our giveaway, which is a goblet.
Yep,
Me and
we're
you
gonna
made.
pick that winner right now.
So he'll put the picture up of what that is.
He's
and
gonna
then
do
I
a
got
random generator.
A random
will be
number
1 in
generator.
2,000.
1 in 2,000. I'm gonna hit the button.
No,
You wanna hit the
I
button,
can't
Paul?
wait. I'm pretty much. I
Paul,
can't.
hit the button.
I feel
I
like I
can't
have
see
to
it.
pee. I can't wait.
Paul, hit
that
the button.
much.
Hit the button,
I
Paul.
actually have to pee.
Hit it.
Oh. Dude, damn.
28 out of 1 in 2,000 is the number. We don't know what that number is yet, because we have to look it up.
I came a little in my pants.
Really?
No.
Okay. So 1 in we're at number 28. So if you know who you are,
I just
want to
be.
at the post.
This is real talk.
We'll put the winner up here shortly, but we have to.
No,
go
we
through and do
won't.
that. Well, I'll do it after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
whatever.
Yeah. This guy's looking at me, he's shaking his head, saying, "No, we're not gonna put.
We're not going to put the winner up. But we're going to
There
put it
won't
up.
be any winners
Well, number
shortly.
28. You guys see it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all.
Yeah. Do some research. You go through the 4 pages with this number. See if you beat us before we let everybody know.
Well, we'll know. We'll know shortly. And then another thing we're going to do is we definitely have our.
I think if you do research, you'll find it before they do.
I
Good
doubt.
luck. Good luck.
I'll know in like 10 minutes as soon as the
That's
show's
a
done.
challenge.
Am I close enough to this mic?
Yeah, you sound great. In any case, we're also going to do that giveaway.
Really?
Hey, look, get on track. Auction. We have an auction. It's going to be, well, it's happening now, and we're just giving another shout out on this page because we want to make sure that people get in and see the piece. It's going to be on the Melt page, and we'll put all the links up to East Coast Melt.
Yeah,
And
get on
it's
that
a
and
sweet
bid.
piece, and it's all for a good cause
Yeah.
for one of our good friends that died, and we're trying to give the money to his family. So we want that to happen, and you'll see that. Anything else?
Way to lift it up.
Yes, me?
I gotta freaking give him a shout out. I don't want to freaking make it depressing.
I'm depressed as fuck now.
I'm sorry.
It's all going for.
I'm bidding 500.
died.
We're starting off at 500 because I'm paying 500 now just to cover that bad joke.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
right.
was
I'm
just
up there
trying
like,
to give it a shout out.
I'm probably
I didn't
going to
want
end
to.
up with this piece.
Hey, he's been 500, folks. The piece is worth. I think we sold it for 1,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's worth that kind of money.
Yeah. All right.
And we love.
Yeah.
like I said,
Paul's on the hook for 600.
I didn't say that.
Coexist. Actually, we're gonna put that on Sean.
Thank you, Coexist.
Sean's
Very
on the
much
hook
for your
for
bid.
$600. Hey, it's worth that, man. We sold it for 1,000.
Yeah.
You want it for 6?
No.
We're gonna put you in on
Oh
it.
shit. All right.
Sean's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, we're in." It's got penguins.
Yeah.
Pear drink's pretty good.
You like that?
You want to try it?
No, definitely not. So, any case,
All right.
we're pretty much, and I think we kind of came to the end of our show, and
All right.
we had a good time. Paul's like, I haven't drank this much in
One
like
more
6
tequila
weeks.
shot
Yeah, I
for me and
don't
Paul,
drink.
huh?
One more, oh yeah, let's do that. One more tequila shot for
me and
Paul.
Paul.
Because
For what? For the camera to shut off?
Yeah, just for him.
Totally, yeah, just for you and me.
Just for you to shut off.
Nope. He's not going to play. We didn't tell him on that.
See, look, he's down on the tequila, man.
I don't
He's like
listen.
Don Julio.
This is one of the first shows, so
Yeah.
you're going to look back on this
Yeah.
and be like, what the fuck were they doing?
Pretty much.
they're gonna
It's
love
like,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night, guys.
I'm down to Miller Lite because I drank all my other beers, so I got this big can. Good night. So we forgot to do our giveaway for this week, which we're going to do every week. And this week, our good buddy Paul has donated generously one of his awesome sea turtle pendants, which he's super famous for. And we'll have that up on our Facebook and Instagram page, but the contest will be on Instagram. It'll be under breakingglass.show, or no, Breaking Glass Podcast, sorry. And yeah, you have your chance to win this badass pendant.
Cheers.
Whoop.